again, cooking with what's cooking Jay. Grab a spatula, get ready to sway. Come on and cook with Jay, yeah, cook with Jay.
Hey everyone, welcome to What's Cooking Jay. I'm Jamie Bianculo, and today we're gonna make a spinach omelet. I'm gonna give you guys some tips to perfect your omelet. So we're gonna be using spinach. You got your eggs. I'm gonna actually add some cheese in it as well. So we're gonna start on the spinach first. The best thing to do with the spinach is you're gonna put some olive oil in a pan. Okay, we're gonna put a little olive oil in the pan to start it off. And you're going to heat that on, let's see here, I don't know, this is different. For the spinach, you want it on a medium to low heat. So you put a little olive oil in your pan and get that going. I like to buy the baby spinach. I like the Nature's Promise, but I don't know if you guys can find this here, but organic spinach is good as well. So spinach actually cooks up really quickly. That's why I love using it in the omelets. And it's very healthy, but you need a lot of it to, you know, make a couple of omelets. So you're gonna use, look how much is in this right now. That's not gonna be there once it gets cooked down. So that's like, put a bunch of it in there. Then we're gonna do, I use salt, pepper. Again, I use sea salt. We're gonna put a little crushed red pepper in there. I love garlic. I'm gonna use garlic powder, but I'm also gonna use a fresh clove of garlic. So let's get those spices in there. So a little salt in here. I just eyeball all my spices, I eyeball them up. Pepper. Danny taught me this with the crushed red pepper. Put a little bit, don't get too crazy with that because it is spicy. And then I put some garlic powder in there. So we're gonna put the garlic powder in there. And so with me making this omelet, I know a lot of people already make omelets or they tried to make omelets before and they messed them up because they don't know my techniques. So I have a couple of techniques for you guys, quick tips to help make your omelet taste good and look good. So, okay, so spinach cooks up pretty quickly. And I just added a little bit of olive oil in there because you don't want it to be too greasy, too much olive oil in there. So it's going to just cook down. Takes a few minutes to cook this down. Again, you want to make sure it's on a medium low. You don't want to burn it. Temperature. And I'm going to actually put a clove of garlic in it as well. So I'm going to cut my garlic up. I saved it because Mike, the producer, suggested that I save some cutting, some preparation for the next segment. So got the fresh garlic clove. And Danny, he likes to shave it, make it really thin. That's how Danny will do it, but I just do a little chop into it. I love garlic. I lost my taste and smell. I mean, I can taste and smell things, but not as I did when I was younger. And garlic just helps with that flavor. So if anyone out there does have a tough time with taste and smell, garlic is definitely the spice that should be on your list. It's definitely good. So my tips, I'm not used to cooking over here. We don't want this to burn, okay? So I have a few tips on perfecting the omelet. And with this, the silicone, getting the silicone spatula, I actually get these at the dollar store. They help so much with the egg, and I'll show you that in the next step. So we're just cooking down the spinach. So I'm gonna throw my garlic in there. I love the garlic. If you can't eat it or you don't like it, you don't have to add it. It just definitely adds to the flavor. And look at how much this cooked down. So, I mean, really, if you're making a few omelets, you're gonna use that whole package. when I make it for Danny and I just use half of it because it will be enough for 2 omelets. So we're just gonna cook this down. This needs a little bit more, not too much though. You're gonna get that all choppy. And if you like to cook it a little less or a little more, you can do that. I just like to chop it while it's in there, chopping it all up. Looks great, smells great. And this is so healthy too. I mean, Popeye didn't take down spinach every day for nothing. That's why he had those big muscles. So it's a great, and it's easy to have, you know, something, pick up once a week and leave it in your house. So you want to throw this omelet together. It's very easy to do. Not much preparation at all. So I'm going to let that cook down a little bit and go on to prepping the omelet. So my real first tip is pan size. Size does matter, people, especially when we're making omelets, okay? So if you're gonna do a 2 to 3 egg omelet, you wanna use a 6-inch pan. So a 6-inch pan for 2 to 3 egg omelet. If you're gonna do a 4+ omelet, you're gonna use a 8-inch pan, and that's what I'm cooking the spinach in right now. I prefer the 3 egg omelet because I feel like that's portion-wise, it's enough to eat, okay? So you're always gonna spray your pan. I'm gonna spray the pan. I'm gonna switch this out because we're learning how to video all this and make it look great for you guys to see these and learn and take all my tips. So I'm gonna start the eggs here. I buy whatever eggs, I don't, you know, the store brand or whatever. So when I make them for Danny, I'll always do 1 egg yolk and then 2 egg whites. So it doesn't matter, however you get your eggs out, however you do it is the way you do it. I'm gonna make a little mess here. So I do 2 egg whites, 1 egg yolk. Okay, I do have my towel this time. I was more prepared. Okay, I just gotta get my nerves through all this. Okay, so if you use salt, put some salt in there. If you don't, that's fine too. I know a lot of people, for health reasons, don't. I love salt, love butter, I love all that good stuff. So I'm gonna throw a little salt in here because I feel like it does help with the flavor. Again, I use the sea salt. Pepper, okay, and this is a tip for your omelets. Put some sour cream into your omelets and it helps make them fluffy. Fluffs the eggs. You can even do that for scrambled eggs. So then you're gonna whip the eggs. You're gonna whip it good, because that is also helps the omelet get fluffy when you whip it. It helps get it fluffy. Okay, so we're gonna whip it. All right. Get into it. This is so easy to do, and it's so hearty too. I mean, it's really filling. I love having these after the gym. Come home, I'll make Danny and I an omelet, and I feel good about myself when I eat like this. So when I take down the chips and the cookies, it's not so bad. Okay, so I'm gonna switch these out and I'm gonna start with the omelet. So I did spray the pan. You always, you know, whatever cooking spray you use, spray it a little bit. Again, you wanna have it on a medium to lower heat. If you put the eggs on and you hear them sizzling, it's up too high, because what you're gonna do is you're gonna overcook the outside of the omelet before the inside is actually cooked. So you can just go ahead and you don't even need to heat the pan up too much, you know, just let it on there and watch it get heated up. So I just pour it all in there. And this takes a few minutes. You gotta be patient with the omelet to perfect it. Like I said, if you try to heat that pan up too fast and throw it on, it's just not gonna cook right. And again, size matters. So for a 3 egg omelet, you're gonna put it in a 6-inch pan, and that helps out so much. So you're gonna let this cook. I'm gonna turn it up a little bit more because I can see. You'll start seeing it cook on the bottom, and we're just gonna be patient with that for a little bit, let that cook. Like I said, you don't have to put it on when it's hot, but it definitely helps with a little bit of the process. But you gotta be careful. That's the whole point of the omelet too. I see a lot of people, they'll post their omelets, but they look like they're overcooked on the outside. And maybe, you know, some people like it like that. I don't. Danny likes it a little more cooked than I do. Actually, everything me and Danny do, we like opposites. Everything is different. Okay, so this is one technique. So as this is heating, just, you know, kind of roll this around. Roll that egg, and then with the silicone spatula that I get at the dollar store, and this little one. I mean, if you're more comfortable with a bigger one, then, you know, I like this smaller type. And then I just start pushing down on the corners, on the sides of the egg. You know, just push it down, and you'll see, you know, obviously you gotta wait a little bit, let that cook, and get more cooked on the bottom before you can flip it. I'm not used to this burner here. Mike had me switch burners, so I'm not used to this one. But like I said, you got to be a little patient with it. Yeah, you're just gonna keep hitting these sides as this is cooking. See how it's starting to form, right? You got to be patient though, and I promise you, you're gonna love it. Oh, you know what? Also, while this is doing, I also want to dedicate this segment that I do, this food segment, to my late mother-in-law. She loved food, and she taught me so much that I know in the kitchen. And wearing hearts today because I know Carol comes to me in hearts, so I wanted to represent for her. And she used to love telling me all the family recipes and teaching me them because she knew that I would carry them on in the family. So I just want to give my mother-in-law some respect. We love and miss you, Carol. Okay, so you see how this is getting hard on the bottom. It's cooking on the bottom. You want to keep swishing it around. I'm not sure the exact words I should use for this, but you just keep rolling it around here. This is the technique that I do. Okay, and then with the silicone spatula, you want to push that sides down, and you see it's starting to. You don't want to flip. That's not ready to flip yet, because if I can do this and some of this rolls around, it's not ready. It's almost ready though. You see? Okay. Oh, I crushed it because I'm going too fast. Then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add the spinach. Okay? Some people don't like the vegetables in the middle. They like it. I prefer everything on top. I like cheese and the spinach, I put it on top. Danny, he likes it in the middle. So you don't want to get too heavy on your vegetables. Whatever vegetables that you use inside of the spinach, you don't want it to be too heavy or it's not going to flip right. I also like, Danny and I like cheese. So I personally don't like the prepackaged cheese for this. I don't think it melts good. This is Boar's Head yellow American cheese. Danny likes only a little bit of it. So look at this. And I did it too much. I might have to do this again. All right, so this got a little more cooked than I wanted to as I was waiting there, but it still looks good. Actually, this is like a perfect one for Danny. Yeah, okay, this one. So you're gonna let it cook. That second I took. So you let that cook a little bit on this side, and you'll feel the firmness of it where you can flip it. I'm also not used to this. So you're gonna flip it. I also use a fork to help me flip it. You wanna make sure it's cooked on both sides. I just gently push down so whatever egg is still in there uncooked that comes out. Sometimes, you know, your cheese will come out. But I like to use the deli cheese, not the prepackaged, like the Kraft cheese. I just don't think it melts good at all. So you just give it a little flip here, okay? I am gonna put some on the top of it here to make it look good. Put some more spinach on the top. So with everything that I make, what's important to me is that the presentation is just as important as the taste of the food. So even when I make stuff for myself, I always make it look pretty. And so if someone's coming over and I'm entertaining, or I want to whip up this omelet for someone special, like my Danny B, I always do, I like to display it really nice. I like to have a nice presentation to it. So you can have this omelet with or without sour cream, salsa. I like to eat it with some fruit. I put some grapes on here. It's very easy to do. It looks beautiful. Actually, that omelet is perfect to what Danny B loves. It's so easy to do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really appreciate everyone that's watching these videos and giving me positive feedback. I really appreciate it. I really didn't realize how much fun I was gonna have with this. I have nerves because I'm like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I'm really getting into it, and I hope each week I just get better and better and my nerves aren't like so much. So I appreciate you guys so much.
It's time to get cooking with What's Cooking Jay. Grab your apron, turn off the thing, get it ready to play. We're mixing our flavors, making magic on your plate. With every sizzle, every stir, it's gonna be great. Turn up the heat, let the music